Go to Google and type Rathod's IAS. Then you can see our website, Rathod's IAS Academy. There you have to click on login or register in the blue color. So if you have not registered yet, you have to click on do not have account and fill the details. So after once you have login, click on the courses. There you can see course list. And in this course list, you can see wide range of courses. Hi, this is Usha. Welcome to Rathod's IAS classes. Today in this lecture, we are going to see current affairs of 10th June 2022. So let's get started with our discussion and let us try to see today's quote. So today's quote, it is mainly based on women empowerment. Okay, so this quote you can directly use whenever you are writing essay and as well as your mains answers. So educate a man and you educate an individual. Educate a woman and you educate a family. So when you are educating a man, then you are going to educate an individual, that's it. When you are educating a woman, then you educate a family, because woman, she plays a very important role in a family, in an institution of family. So in family, she is educating the next generation as well. So here, if you educate a woman, then you educate a family, right? So now let us try to see first topic. It is regarding India-Pakistan ties. So this article, which is especially focusing on this Indus Water Treaty. So recently one meeting held. So because of this article is in news. And here, what are the dimensions that you need to know? So you need to know why this is in news, that is recent context you need to know. And you have to see what are the outcomes of this recent meeting. And you need to know some important provisions of this Indus Water Treaty. And you have to know some challenges. And even you have to look over a map of this Indus river system, that is river Indus system. Okay, so that is very important. And even in 2019, I guess there was one question regarding this Indus river system in your UPSC prelims. So this topic is important from your international relations, which mainly comes under GS paper 2. And if you're talking about river Indus, which mainly comes under our peninsular rivers in India, so that will comes under our GS paper 1 under geography. So we are going to cover these both aspects in this lecture. So if you're talking about here regarding this Indus Water Treaty, so what it talks about? It is mainly talking about water distribution. It is talking about water distribution, that is between India and Pakistan. So this Indus Water Treaty, which mainly talks about how to use water of river Indus and its tributaries between India and Pakistan. So recently one statement which is mainly made by our Prime Minister, that here water and blood, they will not going to flow simultaneously. Okay, so he said that Modi's statements, he said that blood and water cannot flow together. So here this statement which is given by our Prime Minister because of recent tensions between India and Pakistan. So actually this Indus River Water Treaty, which mainly signed in year 1960. And who were the signatories? Signatories were the then Prime Minister of India, that is Jawaharlal Nehru, and the then Prime Minister of Pakistan, that is President Ayub Khan. So actually this agreement, this Indus Water Treaty, which mainly brokered by World Bank, that is WB, World Bank. So you have to remember this important facts. So if you see this infographic, you can see this is river Indus, and here we have Jhelum, here we have Chenab, Ravi, Beas and Satluj. Okay, so if you see the features, so river Beas, Ravi, Satluj, they to be governed by India, while Indus, Chenab and Jhelum by Pakistan. Indus water, Chenab water and Jhelum water, they are mainly given to Pakistan. And RBS, that is Ravi, Beas, Satluj, they are mainly governed by India. So India, which also allowed to use about 20% of Indus water, especially for irrigation purpose and for power generation. So for this power generation, we can go for establishment of run-off river projects and even for transport facilities. And if there is any dispute, okay, so for dispute resolution, so we have a permanent body, that is Indus Water Commission. So this Indus Water Commission, which mainly solves disputes arising over water sharing between India and Pakistan. And actually this river Indus, which mainly originates from China, but it is not part of the treaty. China, it is not part of treaty. So we are talking about only India and Pakistan. So now let us try to see recent context. So recently 118th Permanent Indus Water Commission meeting, which mainly held between India and Pakistan regarding this Indus Water Treaty. So what are the outcomes of this meeting? So if you see outcomes, the first important point here is they mainly talked about some water related issues that is between Pakistan and India, and they discussed even regarding flood information sharing, flood information sharing, and the program of tours or inspections. So these are some important things which mainly talked in this meeting. So Pakistan even highlighted regarding some objections to Indian hydroelectricity projects that are mainly built on this Western river. So recently one project which is in news here is we are mainly going to build a run-off river project on this Chenab river. So it is mainly objected by Pakistan. So from Indian side, it was also urged that we need to communicate regarding advanced flood flow information. Advanced flood flow information as per the provisions of treaty. So how much amount of water is there, so whether there is extreme limit or not. So during the floods, especially during monsoons, whenever there is heavy rainfall, especially in the southern states, they are having some concern regarding increasing of flood, right? It may leads to flood. So at that time we will be declaring that so and so water level in that river which mainly flowing above the normal level, so we will be saying them as a red alert zone, right? So in the same way here regarding Indus also, so we need to provide advanced this flood flow information to Pakistan. And if you're talking about response of India in this meet, so India assured to arrange tours, inspections, etc. for coming flood season. So after coming flood season, so we are mainly going to arrange some tours and as well as inspections in this Indus water system. And next one is India also assured that Pakistan's outstanding objections would be discussed in the next meeting. And next one is both sides, they also expressed the hope that the next meeting of this commission, which will be held at early date in Pakistan. Okay, so next meeting that is going to be held in Pakistan. So if you're focusing on what are the key provisions of this Indus Water Treaty, so this treaty which mainly talked about water sharing of these 6 rivers of this Indus river system. So we're talking about three western rivers, for example Indus, Chenab and Jhelum, ICJ. You can remember like this, Indus, Chenab and Jhelum. They were mainly given to Pakistan for unrestricted use. And other 3 rivers, for example you can talk about Ravi, Bias, Satluj, RBS, they were allocated to India for unrestricted use. So whenever we are saying that unrestricted use means about 80% of the share of the water, it is about 135 million acre feet that also went to this Pakistan, while leaving about 33 million acre feet, that is about 20% of water that can be used by India, because we can't stop the flow of river, right? So river will be flowing with a very speed. Okay, so how much amount of water that we are using, even though we are having unrestricted usage of this water, we are using just 20% itself. So it also required that both countries to establish permanent Indus Water Commission. Okay, so this will be helpful mainly to resolve the disputes, and it will be also helpful for exchange of information. So what are the functions? The first one is exchange of information, and it will be helpful for continuous cooperation, and it will be also helpful for dispute resolution. So while Pakistan has rights over the western waters, that is of river Jhelum, Chenab and Indus, so here Annexure C of this Indus Water Treaty, which mainly allows India can use some water of this rivers for especially agriculture use, and Annexure D, which mainly talks about here India can go for building of this run-off river projects. So what is this run-off river projects? Normally if you want to go for building of any hydroelectric power project, so if it is river which is mainly moving, this means so we are mainly constructing a large dam, okay, and in this dam we are mainly storing the water, and after storing water we are releasing water, okay, and it is, we can see here turbines will be present. So whenever the water is flowing from certain height, this turbines will be moving. So because of this turbines moving, so we can connect this kinetic energy into electricity. But here in this run-off river projects, here we are not going to build any big dam to store the water. So here we will be arranging the turbines so that whenever the river water which is mainly moving means, so because of the flow of the river, so these turbines will be turned, and through this we can provide electricity. So here this type of projects without storing of large amount of water, even building of large amount of big size of dams, so this project is called as run-off river hydropower projects. So we can go for this run-off river projects in this Annexure D on this rivers which are given unrestricted use for this Pakistan. So even it also provides certain design specifications which India has to follow while developing such projects. And this treaty which also allows Pakistan to raise objections over such projects which are mainly being built by India as well. And next one is India has to share information on the project design and even alterations made to it with Pakistan, etc. So if you're talking about what is a dispute resolution mechanism in this Indus Water Treaty, so this Indus Water Treaty which mainly provides 3-tier, okay, you have to remember this, that is 3-tier dispute resolution mechanism. So under this dispute resolution mechanism, we have this Indus Water Permanent Commission, and it mainly taken up at the intergovernmental level. So if there is any questions which are mainly unresolved or differences which are seen between India and Pakistan, means they can go for this World Bank. They can approach this World Bank to appoint a neutral expert to come up with a decision regarding these questions. Okay, and later on, if either party is not satisfied with this, even this neutral expert decision, or in case of disputes in the interpretation and extent of the treaty, matters can be referred to court of arbitration, and they can go for court of arbitration. Okay, so we have 3 types. First we have permanent commission, next we have neutral expert, and next we have this court of arbitration. This thing you have to remember. And this map which mainly shows this Indus river system. Okay, so this is our river Indus, and here we have Jhelum. Here we have, this is Chenab, this is Bias, this is Ravi, this is Satluj. Okay, if we are talking about standing committee on this water resources 12th report recommendations, so what are the recommendations given by this standing committee? So government of India should negotiate with Indus Water Treaty of 1960 and with the Pakistan in light with the present day challenges. Yes, now we are mainly facing some challenges. For example, you can talk about climate change, you can talk about global warming, you can talk about environment impact assessment. So according to this, we need to follow this agreement. And there is also a need to establish some of the institutional structure, or we need some legislative framework to address the impact of climate change. To address this impact of climate change, we need to focus on this. And even we need to focus, or we can also focus on canal system in Punjab, Rajasthan. They had to be repaired to increase their water carrying capacity. So we are using just 20% of water. So whenever we are going for repairing of this canal system which are present in this Punjab and Rajasthan, we can increase the water carrying capacity. That's such that we can use more amount of water. So this is about this topic and this report. And now let's try to see next topic. It is regarding Lieutenant Governor and Chief Minister of Delhi. So how the tussle between this Lieutenant Governor and Chief Minister, which is mainly leading to development crisis in Delhi. So this article is important from your GS paper to under polity. So we are going to discuss some points which are important from our UPSC point of view. Already we discussed that yes, in number of issues there is a tussle which is mainly going on between this Lieutenant Governor and even Delhi's CM, right? So because of this, the case also went to Supreme Court, and Supreme Court which mainly gave the recent decision regarding this topic. So actually we are seeing a tussle between this Lieutenant Governor and as well as CM of this Delhi. Okay, and this issue which is a very long and it's also very noisy history. So here the constitutional design of this governance in Delhi itself, it is a consuming dispute. So what is a constitutional design which is present? So this constitutional design itself, it is like a dispute. Okay, and this dispute which mainly litigated, okay, it mainly litigated in Supreme Court. So if you're talking about here our constitution which mainly gives center control over 3 subjects in Delhi. First one is public order, police, land. public order, police, land, these are the three subjects under which central control is there. That means state government cannot make laws in these three subjects, which is public order, police and land. So however, over years Narendra Modi government has expanded this lieutenant governor powers. Even if you see, recently central government came up with this GNCTD Act, that is Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Act. Okay, so this act which also challenged in the court. So though these amendments center recognized, reorganized the powers and responsibilities of this Delhi Legislative Assembly and Lieutenant Governor in favor of this Lieutenant Governor. So government which mainly referred in law, which mainly made by the Legislative Assembly, will imply this Lieutenant Governor curtailing the power of this elected government in this Delhi region. So here we are seeing there is a long drawn tug of war between this Lieutenant Governor and as well as Chief Minister. So because of this, it is mainly acting as a barrier to the capital city's development ambitions. So until court which mainly brings some clarity regarding issues of division of powers between this Lieutenant Governor and Chief Minister, then what happened till then we do not expect. There will be like mutual respect and accommodation will be there. So here as soon as possible here court they need to bring clarity regarding these questions. And now let us try to see next question. It is regarding ties reset. Ties reset. So this article which is mainly talking about India-Iran relations. So recently what happened to BJP leaders, they mainly gave some controversial statements regarding this Prophet Muhammad and Islam. So because of this we discussed about what is that issue, what might be the impact here, right? So regarding this we can also talk this topic, that is India and Iran. And not only this, even in our page number 1 there is one article regarding India which is mainly focusing on this Pakistan, right? So here these are some important areas that we need to focus on. So this article is again important from GS paper 2 under international relations, and this topic will be important from our mains point of view. So now let us try to see this topic in a very great detail. So if you are talking about India and Iran relations, so Iranian foreign minister, he made first visit to India this week, has many implications for bilateral relations between India and Iran. So here Iran foreign minister, he mainly visited India, and because of his visit he mainly made some many implications regarding bilateral relationships of India and Iran. So this is the first time, or this is the first visit by the member of 57 member of OIC, that is Organization of Islamic Cooperation. Okay, after we made some statements regarding this Prophet Muhammad. So the controversy has overshadowed India's other diplomatic engagements. So because of this controversy, which mainly overshadows India's other diplomatic engagements with Iran. So as a result, his visit was an opportunity. So now we can say here this visit which is mainly providing an opportunity for India to project that we have successfully assuaged this Islamic world with the actions of ruling BJP against its spokesman. So here this visit also coincides with the meeting of Board of Governors of IAEA in Vienna, okay, which mainly passes some strictures against this Iran for its nuclear program. So here foreign minister visit would also portray that a show of support from a powerful country to Iran. So in addition, Iran and India, they discuss situation in Afghanistan and as well as how Taliban are ruling Afghanistan. And we are mainly had some discussion regarding operationalizing of this Chabahar port in Iran. And we also focusing on providing of some goods to Afghanistan. Actually here we used to send some goods to Afghanistan via through this Chabahar port, because Pakistan will not allow us to use its airspace or use its territory to reach this Afghanistan. So here we are mainly using this Chabahar port of Iran to reach this Afghanistan. So finally, against the backdrop of this Russia-Ukraine war and Western sanctions, so Iran has also been keen to convince New Delhi to restore its crude oil purchases. Actually earlier we need to bring this crude oil from this Iran, so distance is also very less, but because of US sanctions we made our imports from this Iran will as zero. So this article says that yes, we need to go for increasing of our crude oil imports from this Iran. So instead of increasing Indian oil imports, investments in developing reserves, building up Chabahar rail projects and scaling up of trade, and India has drastically cut his Iranian engagement due to sanctions. And apart from that, if you're talking about bilateral trade between India and Iran, which mainly dropped a lot, and ties also appear to have been hit by New Delhi's surprise decision to join this Israel-India-UAE-US group. So actually this Israel-India-UAE-US group, which mainly portrayed as anti-Iran coalition. Okay, so in this context here, we need to reset our traditional ties and we need to focus on development in the other parts of the world as well. So this is about this topic. And now let us try to see next topic. It is regarding Rajya Sabha elections. This article is very important regarding GS paper 2 under polity. So if you see context, it mainly says that here our constitution, which mainly provides Rajya Sabha should contain 250 members. So Rajya Sabha should contain 250 members, and out of which 12 people they will be nominated. Okay, out of this 250 people, 12 people will be nominated by president, and they should have special knowledge regarding literature, science, art and social service. So these are the only 4 fields that are mainly given. And don't confuse, because in examination you can add examiner, they can be adding some more important sectors like you can talk about sports, etc. So actually only 4 are there: literature, science, art and social sciences or social services. And if you're talking about some facts regarding elections to this Rajya Sabha, they are mainly indirect elections, not direct elections. And the members who are mainly representing, they are elected by the elected members of legislative assemblies of states in accordance with the system that is called as proportional representative means of a single transferable vote. So here members are representing these states, they are mainly elected by elected members of legislative assemblies of states in accordance with the system of proportional representation, okay, by the means of single transferable vote. And the members who are representing union territories, they are chosen in such a manner as Parliament may by law prescribe. And if you say some more important facts here, Rajya Sabha. So Rajya Sabha is not subject to dissolution. Rajya Sabha is not subject to dissolution, and 1/3 of the members, they will going to retire. Okay, they will going to retire every 2nd year. And according to section 154 of Representation of People's Act of 1951, so it mainly says that a member chosen to fill a casual vacancy shall serve for the remainder of its predecessor terms of office. And the members of the state legislative assembly which mainly vote in Rajya Sabha elections in what is called as proportional representation with a single transferable vote system. And now let us try to see next topic. Title says presidential poll scheduled for July 18th. So this article, which is mainly talking about presidential elections, president elections. Actually, there was one question which appeared in our UPSC prelims regarding this presidential elections. So this topic is very important from your polity, which mainly comes under your GS paper 2. And this topic will be exclusively important from your prelims. So now let us try to understand some provisions in our constitution which are mainly related to this presidential elections. So if you see context, here election commission announced the president elections that would be held on July 18th and counting of votes that will be held on July 21. And at the present, who is our president? That is our President Ramnath Kovind. So his term, which is mainly going to end by July 24th. So one important dimension here you need to see here is, so the election commission is mainly announced. So which elections will be announced by Election Commission of India? So who will announce elections of panchayats and municipalities? So you have to know this fact. So here questions will be not framed from the big books. It is mainly framed from this lines which we can see in the newspaper itself. So you need to have a habit, okay, you need to develop a habit of referring the facts, okay, so that will helps to clear prelims. And if you see the details, it mainly says that announcing the schedule. So who announced the CEC, that is Chief Election Commissioner, he mainly announced. So this is also one prelims fact. And next one is the electoral college for the poll, which mainly comprised of about 4,809 members, Out of this, 233 members are from Rajya Sabha and 543 members from Lok Sabha, and here about 4033 MLAs of assemblies of states and union territories. So who will become the part of electoral college? So in this point you can see Rajya Sabha members, Lok Sabha members, and even MLAs of states and union territories, okay, of Delhi and Puducherry. So even the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, which mainly formed, okay, so here Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir assemblies, they are not going to participate in this electoral college. So this is one important again prelims fact from this topic. So if you're talking about some facts here, Indian president is elected through electoral college system, and wherein votes they are cast by national and at the state level lawmakers, that is members of Lok Sabha, members of Rajya Sabha, and even members of legislative assemblies of states and union territories of Delhi and Puducherry. So elections, they were conducted and overseen by Election Commission of India, and electoral college, which mainly made up of elected members of upper house and lower house, that is Lok Sabha and as well as Rajya Sabha, and elected members of legislative assemblies of states and union territories. And if you talk about articles which mainly talks about president elections, so Article 54, which mainly talk about election of president, Article 55, members of election of president, manner of elections of president, and 56, regarding term of office of president, 57, eligibility for re-election, 58, qualifications. So these are the 5 articles, 54 to 58, which mainly talks about elections of president. And actually in 2018, there was one question, as I said. So with reference to election of President of India, consider the following statements. So value of vote of each MLA varies from state to state. Yes. And the value of vote of MPs of Lok Sabha is more than the value of vote of MPs of Rajya Sabha. It is not like that. So that option will be A, 1 only. And next article is regarding rhino reintroduction, a hit in Assam Reserve. So this article is mainly talking about Manas National Park. So you have to see where is the location of this Manas National Park. So number of times I showed you on this Hindu analysis regarding map of this Manas National Park. So now please refer this Manas National Park, where it is located, and nearby national parks which is located in the same state of Assam. So this might be very important from your prelims. So this article will be important from your environment and ecology, which mainly comes under your GS paper 3. And this topic will be important regarding prelims. Now let us try to see context. If you say context, it mainly says that one-horned rhinos of Western Assam Manas National Park. So this national park, which is mainly bordering the Bhutan, they are mainly expected to have high life expectancy and significant growth in population. So recently we came up with this 4th Assam Rhino Estimation Census. So this 14th Assam Rhino Estimation Census, which mainly revealed that, so in this Manas National Park, which is mainly bordering Bhutan, which mainly expected to have high life expectancy and significant growth of this rhino population. So if you're focusing on details, it mainly says that, but on flip side, 500 square kilometer park does not have a wider representation of calves, and as well as sub-adults. So sub-adults and as well as here of sub-adults and as well as calves, there is no proper representation. And whenever we are having this population of the sub-adults and calves, we can ensure that this is sustaining population structure, right? We can go for translocation, conversion, etc. And if you're talking about Manas, it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and as well as Tiger Reserve. So it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and as well as Tiger Reserve. And it had about 100 resident rhinos prior to 1990s. But prolonged ethno-political conflict that mainly took heavy toll of this rhino population. So Rhino Reintroduction Program that mainly comes under India Rhino Vision 2020, which mainly started in 2006, which mainly focused on translocation of rhinos from this Kaziranga National Park and Povitiora Wildlife Sanctuary. Beside orphans, they had reared at the center for this wildlife rehabilitation and conservation in this Kaziranga. And if you're talking about current rhino population in this park here, it is just 40. And if you're talking about what are the steps taken by the government to protect or to conserve these animals. So actually in this Kaziranga National Park, here authorities, they restricted the speed of vehicles. Okay, they restricted the speed for this 40 kilometers per hour, and even they are mainly taking some steps to prevent vehicles from hitting animals that move out of this park during the floods. And even officials said that they mainly fixed 6 sensor based cameras, and they had been installed at 9 designated animal corridors of the park. And these cameras, which mainly used to measure the speed, measure the speed of vehicles, and also to impose fines who violate the order. And the cameras, they are equipped with automatic number plate recognizing system, and they will be having radar such that they can determine the speed of that so and so vehicle. And as per the orders of this entity, National Green Tribunal, so owners of these vehicles, if they do not adhere to the speed limit, then they will be getting severe punishment. So this is about this topic. And now let's try to see next topic. It is regarding first Asian country to legalize marijuana, that is Thailand. So if you are preparing especially for any state service examinations, you can get a question like, so which is the following country which mainly became the first Asian country to legalize marijuana? And they will give options like Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia. So it is Thailand. So this article is important from your GS paper to under international relations, and even helps from GS paper to point of view. So if we're talking about context, it mainly says that Thailand legalized growing of marijuana and its consumption in food and as well as drinks. Okay, so this is a thing which mainly taken by the Thailand government. So the first Asian country to do so, that is to legalize marijuana. So important aim, it is to boost agriculture and even tourism sectors, but smoking is still against this law. So if you see the details, it mainly says that Thailand, which has a tradition of using cannabis, especially they will use this cannabis to relieve pain and fatigue, and also legalized medical use of this marijuana in 2018. So the government and as well as the government banking on the plant as a cash crop plans to give away 1 million plants to encourage farmers to take up this cultivation, because it will be getting good amount of money for the farmers as it is a cash crop. And this law, which mainly says that the possession and as well as sale of this cannabis extract containing more than 0.2% of this psychotropic ingredient, that is tetrahydrocannabinol, it is not allowed. Okay, so it will means like smokers of the drugs known as pot, weed and the host of other names, they are mainly not permitted, and if they are doing so, means they will be sent to jail, and they will have to pay hefty fines as well. So if you're talking about some facts regarding this marijuana, it is a psychoactive drug, and it mainly comes from this cannabis plant. It is mainly used for medical purposes, recreational purposes, and as well as religious purposes. So cannabis can be used for smoking, vaporization within food, or as an extract we can use this marijuana. So it mainly creates some mental and physical effects such as high or stoned feeling, a general change in perception, and an increase in appetite. So short-term side effects, which mainly includes decrease in the short-term memory and dry mouth, impaired motor skills, red eyes, and feelings of paranoia or anxiety. So these are the things that we can see whenever we have high dose of alcohol also. So long-term side effects, which mainly includes addiction. Addiction is one important problem, and decreased mental ability, so behavioral problems in children, etc. And if you're talking about historic significance of this marijuana in India, so cannabis had been used in ancient times in India, okay, dating back to 2000 BCE. And this cannabis plant, which had been mentioned as one of the 5 sacred plants in the Vedas, and bhang, which is an edible preparation of this cannabis, which is mainly consumed either in the form of a drink or smoked. It is very much common during Hindu festivals, for example, Holi and as well as Mahashivratri. So this is about this topic. And now let us try to see yesterday's prelims questions. So first question here is, in the Indian context, which among the following institutions can change the jurisdiction of High Court? Parliament, President of India, Chief Justice of India, Chief Justice of concerned High Court, that is the Parliament. And next question is regarding president's rule. So which of the following cases is imposition of this president's rule is improper or not appropriate? So first one is during the maladministration or administration of state, yes. In case of hung assembly, so allegations of corruption against the ministry, yes. When the constitutional direction of the central government is disregarded by the state government, that is in the 1 and 3 cases. The answer is 2. And today's question is the first one, it is regarding financial emergency and national emergency. And second question, it is regarding mainly like judges of High Court and Supreme Court. So these are the 2 important questions, and try to give me the answers in the comment box. So now let us try to see Hindu PDF. So before seeing this Hindu PDF, I want to make a small announcement. We in Rathod Science came up with this mains answer writing practice course. So this course duration is 1 year. So we are mainly focusing on GS1, GS2, GS3 and GS4, and we will be giving you detailed plan to complete entire syllabus of GS1, GS2, GS3 and GS4 within 1 year. So if you follow this timetable and schedule that we are giving, so we can ensure that you are going to write answer on each and every topic which is present in our syllabus regarding GS1 to GS4. On Sunday, we will be having essay or case study practice. So there will be evaluation of your answer, and we will be giving you model answer, and also we provide you one-to-one mentorship. And the cost of this 1 year mains answer writing practice is just 7,200 rupees for 1 year. So I will suggest you all students who are beginners and even who gave your attempt, so please try to join this course. That will be absolutely beneficial. And this course which is going to start from the coming Monday itself. So already registrations had been open and admissions are going on. So please try to get your admission, okay? So now let us try to see one more announcement. So we came up with this entire foundational course for this 2022, 2023 and 2024. So here in this foundation course, we are going to give you more than 600 hours of classes, and we are mainly focusing on each and every topic which is present in your syllabus with conceptual clarity. So if you watch these lectures that we are providing in this course, yes, we can ensure you that you will be having no doubt regarding the basics of the subject. We are teaching from the basics till advanced level. Okay, so here the course of this course here is 2 years, and if you join this foundational course, you can get 1 year prelims test series and as well as 1 year mains answer writing course for free. And the cost of this foundation course here is 60,000 rupees. It is a very affordable for each and every one. And next one is, if you want to get individual courses, like if you are weak in only geography, only history, only ethics, only economy, like that, you can take the individual courses also. So that option is also available. So for demo videos, you can visit our website rathodisacademy.com, and there you can get this videos. Okay, so you can watch 3 demo videos without paying a single penny. So after watching those videos only, you can go for purchasing of this course. And if you have any doubt, you can call me on this number 8074765513, and this is also WhatsApp number, and you can also text me on this number. And if you want to get the today's Hindu analysis PDF, you can join the Telegram channel. Link is given in description box. And now let us try to see today's Hindu PDF. So this is our today's Hindu. First article, it is regarding presidential polls. I discussed this topic in detail. So whatever the facts which are important from our UPSC prelims point of view, I discussed that topic. And here you can see monitoring situation Pak mission. So this article which is mainly regarding recent controversy which is mainly seen on the comments on this Prophet Muhammad. And if you move forward, I discussed this topic regarding this Rhino reintroduction. And leave the city page, there is nothing much important, and you can move directly to states page. So in states page, you can see an article regarding need strong voices against climate of hate being spread, that is about hate speech. And if you move forward, here you can see 70 elephants died in Karnataka in 2021. So this article which mainly talks about what are the reasons. For example, I can talk about some unnatural causes, and second one is natural causes. So unnatural causes includes, for example, due to electrocution, so animals mainly killed, and even because of train accidents, and even man-animal conflict. Okay, so these are some important reasons which mainly comes in this unnatural reasons. And even we can talk about in natural reasons, we can see boar attack. The boars, wild boars which are present in the forest, they will be also attacking these elephants. And if you move forward in this editorial page, I discussed almost all the articles. And in this op-ed page, you can see about this wheat exports ban. So already I discussed this topic number of times, so you can easily go through that topic, I guess. And if you move forward in this text and context, I discussed regarding this topic of Rajya Sabha elections, and you have to refer this Indian patent regime, so which is one important topic under your static syllabus of GS3, that is science and technology. And if you move forward in this news page, you can see here India delivers 12 speed patrol boats to Vietnam. So India, which mainly formerly came with this 12 high speed guard boats, which mainly constructed under this union government program, that is of defense line of credit program, which mainly sent to this Vietnam. So here actually the speed boats, they will be operated by this Vietnamese border guard force. You have to remember this, Vietnamese border guard force. And if you move forward, you can see here presidential polls to be test of opposition unity. So here this article is mainly talking about this presidential election itself. And here there is one very important article, that is QS World University Ranking, which mainly came into picture. And out of this, IISc and Bangalore, they top this varsity. So Indian Institute of Science Bangalore is the new national leader in this QS World University Ranking 2023, which may be released. Okay, and this report which also says that the number of universities, they improved their ranking. So latest edition of this QS World University Ranking features like 41 Indian universities, of which 12 they improved their position, and 12 they remained stable, and 10 declined, and 7 are the new entries. So IISc ranks 115th globally, and it is a global leader in the citations per quality per faculty indicator, and it also evaluates the impact of research produced by these universities as well. Okay, and the IIT Bombay, it mainly topped this Indian university in QS World University rankings. Okay, so please refer this article once. And if you move forward, here you can see demilitarized Asian islands. So you have to see where is this Asian islands, which is located on the map. So this is your homework, students. And next one is Thailand became the first Asian country to legalize marijuana. I discussed this topic. And here you can see like 10 to 15% of rupee depreciation. So rupee ends at $77.74 after a record low. Okay, so this is also one important topic. Here you need to know about what is rupee depreciation concept. So number of times I discussed that appreciation depreciation topic. So now it is your duty to revise that. So these are some important articles that appear now today's Hindu newspaper. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. And please subscribe to Rathod Science Academy, and don't forget to like, share and comment my videos. And don't forget to enroll the courses that we are offering, like mains, answer writing practice, foundational course and individual course. So by this I am concluding. Thank you so much. Go to Google and type Rathod's IAS. Then you can see our website, Rathod Science Academy. There you have to click on login or register in the blue color. So if you have not registered yet, you have to click on do not have account and fill the details. You have to give your name, email ID, your mobile number and password, and finally you can click on this register button. And once your details are filled, then registration will be successful, and click on OK. And come back and click again on login and register, and you have to log in now. So after once you have login, click on the courses. There you can see course list, and in this course list you can see wide range of courses. So you can see Indian society, CSAT, ethics, international relations, essay, and if you buy all the courses, then we will be giving access to all these courses like history, economy, geography, and this is our mains answer writing course. There you can see different batches are there. And this is our prelims test series. If you want to watch demo videos, you have to click on play course, and in history we will be having 5 modules. So there, if you want to see demo videos in that so and so part of history, you can click on that play course. And before payment you can see only 3 demo videos, and after payment you can see all the videos will be displayed on the screen. You will
Hello
be
students,
having
welcome to
settings
Rathod
regarding
IAS.
quality and
My name is
also
Rajesh.
speed.
I am
You
your
can
history
adjust
faculty.
according to
Today
your
in the part of the
requirement.
World History Lectures, The most
This is about
important topic
history.
in the world history of the UPSC CSA
And
exam, that is the French
next,
Revolution.
let us try to see other subject. International relations. Click on play codes and the same thing that will follows. Before payment, 3 demo videos. After payment, every video will be displayed on screen and you can click on the play button, then full screen and then settings. So this will be follows to all
Hello
the
all, welcome to the
courses.
lecture. A very important topic we are going to cover up in today's lecture, that is Indo-Pacific. Every day in newspaper we are hearing this word Indo-Pacific region and the importance.
This is regarding polity and the faculty is Shashwat Raghav ma'am.
Hello and welcome everyone to Rathod's IAS. This is Shashwat Raghav, your polity faculty on this platform. We'll be basically covering our GS paper 2, and we very well know in GS paper 2 we have governance, constitution, polity along with social justice and IR. By me, your constitution, polity and governance subjects will be covered. In UPSC side for GS paper 2, only the subjects have been mentioned, the governance, constitution, polity, but faculties.
This is about economy. So economy is taught by Sarvan sir. So these are some demo videos you can watch like this. And economy
Welcome
is
to
like
Rathod
112 hours of course.
Friends, from this class onward. Hi friends, my name is Sarvan Kumar. I am your economic faculty. Welcome to Rathod's IAS. Friends, in this class, we are going to study about the gross value added. What is the meaning of this gross value added? Now, under this, we have 3 heads: basic price, right, factor,
And next is science and technology. You can click on the video and you can click on play button and full screen.
Welcome to Rathod IAS. To the DNA, that kind of bank is called as a DNA data bank. So you need to create a DNA data bank at a national level, okay, where the information of all the criminals, okay, all the suspects.
So these are the number of courses that you can watch the demo videos, and after once you watch the demo videos and after once you satisfied, so click on the buy now button, and after that you need to enter some details. Later on you can click on proceed and you can give your mobile number and also email ID, and finally you can use this Razor Pay payment system for the purchasing of these courses.